There's a strange and often painful gift that follows the path of the chosen one, the gift of knowing, not just ordinary knowledge, but a deeper inner awareness, a spiritual knowing, a discernment that sees through masks, hears what is not said, and senses what lies beneath the surface. It's not something you asked for, it's something that was placed within you, a divine download from the universe. And while it sounds like a blessing, and in many ways it is, this knowing often feels like a curse. Because the truth is, when you see too much, feel too deeply, and understand what others ignore, life doesn't stay simple. Conversations feel shallow, crowds feel lonely, relationships feel heavy, and you begin to carry a spiritual burden that others can't even recognize, let alone help you carry. Today, we are diving into the 8 reasons why chosen ones suffer with the curse of knowing too much. Before we unfold these divine truths, let me ask you something real. Did this video find you at the exact time your soul needed it? Did the title call to something deeper within you? If yes, that's not random, that's divine alignment. And I want to invite you, if this message speaks to your spirit, type 1111 in the comments section as a symbol of spiritual awakening and confirmation. You're not alone, you're guided. And if you haven't yet, please subscribe to this channel. Here, we don't just talk, we elevate. We hold space for the chosen, the awakened, and the warriors of light. Now let's dive into why you see more than others, and why that's both a gift and a silent struggle. 1. You see beyond what's presented. Most people take the world at face value. They see a smile and assume happiness. They hear words and accept them as truth, but not you. You see beyond the surface. You read between the lines. When someone smiles, you feel the sadness behind their eyes. When someone speaks confidently, you notice the tremble in their energy. You're not just listening. You're sensing, absorbing, decoding. This gift makes everyday conversations feel heavier, interactions more intense. While others are lost in small talk, your mind is already scanning the emotional landscape, picking up on energies, inconsistencies, and silent cries for help. You live in a constant state of awareness, one that rarely turns off. And while this heightened sensitivity is a spiritual strength, it often feels like a burden because you're experiencing life in high definition while everyone else is watching in standard. It's a beautiful ability, but it's also mentally and emotionally exhausting. 2. You recognize patterns others ignore. Since childhood, you've noticed the things others overlook. You've picked up on repetitive behaviors, unspoken emotions, and underlying patterns that reveal more than words ever could. You don't just observe life, you analyze it. You anticipate outcomes not because you're pessimistic, but because you've seen the cycle play out before, again and again. You know when someone is about to self-destruct before they even see the cliff. You watch people fall in love with the same pain wrapped in a different person. You see families repeating generational wounds, and though it hurts, you often stay silent, because your insight feels like too much for others to handle. You feel like a time traveler, already knowing the ending of a story while others are still reading chapter 1. It's not judgment, it's simply awareness. But this awareness comes with a cost, the deep ache of knowing what is coming, and the helplessness of not always being able to stop it. 3. You sense danger others can't see. There have been moments, many in fact, where you felt something was wrong without having any proof. A person gave off strange energy, a location made your spirit shrink. A plan seemed fine on paper, but your gut twisted in resistance. And later, when things unfolded as you sensed they would, you weren't surprised. This isn't fear. It's not paranoia, it's your intuition, a spiritual radar tuned into frequencies most people can't detect. It's the ability to perceive what's unspoken, to pick up on subtle shifts in the atmosphere, to know without knowing how you know. This discernment keeps you safe, but it also isolates you. You find yourself constantly navigating the world with caution while others walk blindly into chaos. You feel like the only one seeing the storm before it hits. And while that's a blessing, it can feel like a lonely one. Because explaining "I just feel it" rarely satisfies those who need logic over instinct. 4. You speak truth that makes people uncomfortable. You're not interested in superficial conversations. Your soul demands depth, and when you speak, you do so with clarity, intention, and a raw honesty that slices through pretense. You don't sugarcoat, you don't speak to please. You speak to awaken, to elevate, to illuminate. And while that truth can be liberating, it can also be uncomfortable, especially for those still hiding from themselves. People may call you intense, confrontational, or too deep, but you're simply mirroring back to them the very things they've been trying to avoid. Your words carry a vibration that resonates beyond logic. You don't just say things, you activate things. And over time, you learn that not everyone is ready for that kind of truth. So you begin to hold back, not because you've dimmed your light, but because you've realized that not every soul is prepared for the brightness you bring. Still, that doesn't stop your spirit from seeing what it sees or knowing what it knows. 5. You understand universal laws most haven't grasped yet. For you, spiritual truths aren't concepts, they're lived experiences. You understand that energy isn't just a buzzword, it's the blueprint of reality. You feel the ripple effect of thoughts, intentions, and actions. You know the law of cause and effect isn't just philosophy, it's a divine mechanism that governs the flow of life. You've experienced how your inner world shapes your outer reality. Where others see coincidence, you see synchronicity. Where they speak of luck, you sense alignment. You've learned that what you focus on expands, and that intention, pure, conscious intention, can shape destinies. This knowledge has made you wiser, more compassionate, more in tune with the flow of the universe. But it's also made you feel like an outsider, because many around you are still trapped in the illusions of randomness and victimhood. You long for conversations that reflect the depth of what you know, but often find yourself surrounded by people who are not even aware that such depths exist. 6. You carry the pain of others without wanting to. Empathy isn't just a trait for you. It's a lived experience. You don't just understand pain, you feel it. You walk into a room and instantly sense the emotional climate. You hear someone's voice crack and your heart absorbs the tremor. You see someone smiling through pain, and it stays with you long after the moment passes. You carry the sorrows of strangers, the heaviness of loved ones, the energy of collective grief, not because you choose to, but because your soul is open, receptive, and deeply connected to the unseen realms. You want to help, to heal, to hold space for others, but in doing so, you often neglect your own well-being. You suffer in silence, overwhelmed by the emotional residue of everyone else's storms. And though you try to shield yourself, the truth is, you're always feeling, always absorbing, always processing. Your compassion is your superpower, but it's also the very thing that leaves you drained, longing for rest, for peace, for someone to hold your pain without needing to be fixed. 7. You often know what people need, but they reject it. You give advice they're not ready for. You offer insight they can't understand. You try to guide others out of darkness, but they resist your light. Why? Because timing matters. And even though you may see the truth, not everyone is ready to receive it. This creates a gap, a loneliness, a spiritual frustration. Because you're carrying solutions but walking among people who still love their problems, that's the curse of the chosen. Clarity in a fog-filled world. 8. You know who you truly are, and that separates you. When a chosen one awakens, they begin to remember their soul, their purpose, their divine origin. And when that remembrance hits, it changes everything. You stop living to please. You stop fearing judgment. You stop settling. But with that clarity comes separation. Suddenly, the people who once surrounded you no longer resonate. The activities you used to enjoy now feel empty. And though you walk with divine purpose, you also walk alone, because knowing who you truly are makes it nearly impossible to pretend anymore. To every chosen one listening, yes, your knowing is a burden. Yes, your awareness can feel like a curse, but never forget, it's also your crown. The weight you carry is evidence of your spiritual elevation. You are the light in a dim world, the whisper of wisdom in a sea of noise. The soul that came here not just to exist, but to awaken others. So if this message resonated with you, if it pierced your spirit and confirmed what you've always known deep down, then please type 1111 in the comments. Let the universe know that you are still standing, still chosen, still carrying the light. This is the Alchemy of Awareness channel. If you haven't already, take a moment to subscribe to this channel. You're not alone, you're not crazy, you're called. And this space is for you, to remind you of the truth you already carry. Thank you for watching.